Imagine you're opening your browser to visit Facebook, but instead of typing facebook.com, you had to type this IP address in the search bar just to get there. Sounds frustrating, right? Thankfully, we don't have to memorize long strings of numbers for every website we visit. And that's all thanks to domain names and the domain name system, DNS. In this video, we'll explain what domain names are, how DNS translates them into IP addresses, and why this system is essential for how the internet works. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of how websites become so easy to access. Let's get started. So, what is a domain name? A domain name is the human-friendly address of a website. It's what you type into your browser to visit a specific website, like www.google.com or www.facebook.com. But why do we use domain names? The reason is simple. Computers on the internet communicate using IP addresses, which are long strings of numbers like this. Imagine if you had to memorize those numbers for every website you wanted to visit. It would be almost impossible. That's where domain names come in. They act as a shortcut, so we can access websites easily without dealing with IP addresses. So, how does the internet translate a domain name into an IP address? That's where the domain name system, DNS, comes in. Think of DNS as the internet's phone book. Just like a phone book matches names to phone numbers, DNS matches domain names to their corresponding IP addresses. Here's how the process works step by step. 1. Your browser sends a DNS query. When you type a domain name, like google.com, your browser sends a query to a DNS server asking for the IP address of that domain. 2. DNS server looks it up. The DNS server checks its database to find the IP address linked to the domain name. 3. The server sends back the IP address. Once it finds the IP address, the DNS server sends it back to your browser. 4. The browser connects to the website. Now that your browser has the IP address, it sends an HTTP request to the server hosting the website, and the website is loaded. As a front-end developer, understanding domain names and DNS is crucial. Here's why. 1. Hosting and domains. When you build a website, you'll often set up a domain name to make it accessible. 2. Debugging. If a website doesn't load, knowing how DNS works can help you troubleshoot issues like DNS misconfigurations. 3. CDNs and performance. DNS is also important for using content delivery networks, CDNs, which improve website performance by serving content from servers closer to the user. In short, domain names and DNS ensure that your websites are accessible, fast, and reliable. Now you know what domain names are, how DNS works, and why they're so important for accessing websites. But having a domain name isn't enough. You also need a place to store your website's files so they can be accessed online. In our next video, we'll explore web hosting, what it is, how it works, and how to choose the right hosting for your website. So, if you're ready to take the next step in web development, make sure to subscribe to Frontend Repo and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.